Hello! Greetings, people of Twitch, and welcome to the Thursday Modding Workshop stream of much excitement and fun. Hosted by me, Joseph Russell, which you all know because you clicked on the thing with my name down there. It's literally written there, and you know that, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So I don't know why I said that, but I did, because I was feeling showmanish. So there we go. I've got tea. Hope you're all doing well. Marvellous stuff. Yes, I hope you're having a wonderful day, wherever you are in the world. Let me just get that up right. I'm really trying to focus on my posture at the moment, because I know that's been really bad. So if I can just get the mic up, the higher the mic sort of is, the more that's going to keep me sitting upright. I just also need to not cover up my face with it, because that's no good. But yeah, how's things? Everybody good? It's raining here, which is very nice. Hello in Australia, I'm Joe. Thanks for joining, Tashi. What on earth? What time is it in Australia? It's 2 AM. What are you doing watching me on the internet at 2 AM? There are so many... Sleep going... I mean, I love having you here. It's lovely to have an audience, but sleep is important. You don't want to watch this for the next 3 hours or you'll be tired tomorrow. No, the buffering issues were my fault. Sorry about that. I had a video of the Elder Scrolls stream uploading onto the interwebs, which was taking up a bunch of my bandwidth, and I forgot that was still uploading while we had the starting soon screen going, so that was messing up with my bandwidth. So don't worry about it. That was my fault. I've sorted it now. Shouldn't have any more problems. I love all the little Lucien faces in the chat. So many of you have got hats now. I see Bard's got the iron helmet. May's got the wizard hat, which is very cute. Has anyone got the Cicero jester hat yet? I don't think anyone's got the jester hat yet. Oh, thanks for the follow, Real Odin the Allfather. The real Odin the Allfather is here. The real one. Oh, I'm sorry, Nuna. I know, we still haven't sorted your founder thing. We really need to sort the founder thing. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Remind me to try and figure it out. I don't know if there is a way to sort it, but I hope there is. Hello, 7L Legion and Bunny Plush. Greetings. Lutra, you don't seem to have the sub badge, so you must not be subbed to the channel. Oh, Wolf says you can... May says you can disable founders badges on your profile, so maybe you can do it on your end, Nuna. Nuna's head is too powerful for hats, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh. Right. But yeah, Lutra, if you want a Lucien with a hat, I think you've got a sub. Because, I don't know, I know you were subbed before. Maybe it's expired. That's probably it. That's probably why you haven't got a Lucien with a hat. You do have a nice diamond VIP badge, though. Cool, right, so today, modding, we're going to finish off working on those custom names that we were doing for the last 3 streams. We've done all the numbers, we've done all the recording. What we've got to do this time is implementation. We've got to get those audio files we recorded last time and yeet them over into the correct place in the Skyrim directory so the game will know where to find them. And then we need to balance them, normalize them, and compress them, and we're all set to go. At that point, then it should be done. So I'm hoping that by the end of the stream, because hopefully that won't take us all stream. It might take us all stream. Hopefully it won't, which should leave us some time at the end where I'm just going to sort of riff some random idle lines for Lucien. We'll just come up with, and if you guys have suggestions for lines, you'll be able to shoot them at me then, and we can just write some random dialogue for Lucien to say when he's running around. We can comment on anything. We're not anything except the major quest lines. So things like Dawnguard, Thieves Guild, the Daedric quests, all the major quest lines, they're all off limits. But because that stuff I don't want to spoil for you guys on stream before seeing it in game. But other than that, it'll be a complete free-for-all. Anything you guys fancy having a comment on, we can discuss workshop ideas, implement some lines. Well, we'll see how far we get. We might not get that far by the end of the stream, but I'm hoping we will. So let's get, as they say, crack-a-lackin'. That's what they say, isn't it? That's what the kids say. I've heard that. I've heard that that's what cool people say. And I'm cool, he says. So yeah. Great, modding then. I've already got the creation kit open because I'm absolutely on it today. So we can just switch straight across to the camera. Cameroony. Screen with camera. There we go. I'm in my little octagon. And here we are. Oops. Oopsie daisy. There we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. I don't know, Nuna. I'm pretty sure it's what the kids all say. Without further ado, let's do further. Wolf Scribbles says VOD recording. Yeah, it is recording. It's recording. But thanks for the reminder. Because I forgot to have it recording for the second half of the Avengers stream, so I'm afraid that one will only be in 720p on the VOD, because I messed that one up. But this time, we're recording, so it's good. Nuna, you have the hat! There you go, you disabled your founder's badge, and you have Lucien with a Jester hat. Isn't it cute? Hey, Bobzilla, welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't think you've missed anything yet. I've not done anything significant yet. The Book of Love. I can't remember what the Book of Love's all about. In fact, I don't think I've ever actually played that one. But we'll see. Oh, thanks for the sub, Magmatic Web. Pog. I'm not quite sure what Pog means, but I hope it's good. Thanks for subbing. Very exciting gling. We love the gling. Sad Lucien, no. Hello, Enderscram. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing this fine Thursday afternoon? Oh, I hear a friend. We have got a soggy moggy. It's a soggy moggy here because it's been raining and she is wet. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh gosh. My arms are now damp. What are we working on today? KGoPro says. Oh yeah, sorry, I saw your message and then it got sort of buried. Yes, so what we're working on today is we're finishing off that custom name system that we were working on last time, where we were decoupling the custom names from, decoupling them from the SKSE system and the MCM, and making it so that they're viable on Xbox One. So it'll work on Xbox One as well when we're done with this. And we're nearly there. We've got most of the way through. We just need to finish it off. Thanks so much, Enderscram. Yes, it does auto-register your name. I'm so pleased it surprised you. I love it. Do 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 do. So any requests that came in the last I don't know, in the last few days since the last stream, I'm saving for the next batch because I really do have to save these names up and do them by batch. So I'm going to finish off doing all the names we had until the last stream today, and then I'll get started on the next lot of names after we're done with this batch, after I've finished implementing it all for that, because otherwise we'll be forever dipping in and out. So, don't worry, I'll make sure they're all in the next update if you've, if it's already gone through. But righto, so we need to open up the player name section. I think it was player name that we filed it under. Check. I think it probably got pushed down. Boothamagia, how do we introduce a name to be added? I'm afraid I saved that only for as a special thank you for my patrons, my $10 tier patron people, because otherwise I just get so many requests and it just becomes ridiculous. So yeah, I do need to restrict it a little bit. Otherwise, it's literally all I ever do. So if you're supporting me on Patreon, then feel free to drop me a DM with the naming request you'd like, and I will do it. Thanks so much for the bits, Morgan. Okay, question was, I know you're planning on doing the Dawn Guard next, but does that only include the main quest line or also the Lost to the Ages quest? Yes, so I will be, when I do the Dawn Guard update kind of thing, I'll probably start by just doing the main Dawn Guard quest. But Lost to the Ages is certainly something I will cover in the future, but I'll be doing the main Dawn Guard quest first. That's the priority with it. But we'll see where we get to, you know? Can always do it on stream sometime. Right, so here are all the names that we set up. And I need to open Cubase now to bring up the files, all the files that we recorded. And I've got to export them in the right order and put them in the right place. Hello, Sacrilegious. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. Oh, yes, no, I remembered that, Lich Demon. I was talking to, somebody else who asked just now what the process was. Boothmajir asked what the process was, so that's why I was explaining. While I'm seeing you live, are you going to show how to have compatibility / Easter eggs with other follower mods? I can show you that if you'd like. If you guys would like to see that, I can show you that. I show it every now and again, every few streams. But yeah, I can absolutely show you that if you want to see. But I am going to have a whole tutorial on that. That's going to be a whole episode of the tutorial series will be about how to set up patchless mod interactions. What is a way to stop Lucien and Indigo from trying to kill each other? There isn't one, I'm afraid. Skyrim isn't set up for multiple followers. If you have area of effect spells, there is always going to be friendly fire, and I'm afraid there's no way to get around that. Bobzilla, I just thought of some dialogue for Walks and Sleep Name. Instead of asking, you do know where you're going, he asks, you aren't sleeping right now, are you? That might be fun. Right, so I will need my headphones. Sacrilegious, did you get my message on Patreon? Yes, I did. I need to reply to a bunch of messages on Patreon. I haven't got round to doing that in the last couple of days because I've been quite busy, but I absolutely will reply. Probably when the stream's done, if that's okay. Right, so I'm assuming this one starts with Adiel. This is very, very quiet. I think I need to tweak something on here. There we go. Loose connection on my headphones, that was all. Yay, thanks for the follow, the gamer girl, Kate. So there we go. The hype train has now finished. So thank you so much, everyone who contributed to that. You guys hit level 3. So you get level 3 badges and emotes and stuff, which is always fun. So there you go. Thanks so much, everyone who donated. I really appreciate that. Oh, thanks for the follow, Megan Louise. Hello, Charlotte M. Welcome back to the stream. Choo-choo indeed, Bard. Right, so. What triggers a follower to think the player is lost? There isn't a thing to trigger it necessarily. It varies from, there's no standard way. I have Lucien comment about maybe you being lost. I think if you're in a dungeon and Lucien is standing still and you're running, which means in theory you're running around in circles, but not necessarily. It's just that's my conditioning. There isn't really a way to check if the player is lost. Adiel it is. There we go. So that is the line. So that's sorted. Still can't get over your accent. So lovely. Well, I'm glad you enjoy my accent. I was born with it. Well, I wasn't born with it. I grew up with it. You can't be born with an accent because you're a baby. Unless, do babies have accents? Is that a thing? I bet it's a thing. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, because like pigeons can have accents, can't they? There we go. Now, the thing with this, I'm sorry you guys can't hear it when I'm playing these lines back. It's because the sound card has to be shared between the OBS and Cubase. But the key with doing this is to make sure that it's as tight in around the waveform as possible. So you really don't want to have any time before or after. Well, you don't have to be ridiculous about it, but you want to keep it nice and tight. You don't want unnecessary space around the line because you want to keep it small so that the file is as small as possible to absolutely optimize it. And also anything around there on either side is going to be dead space where your follower is looking at you and you're engaged in a dialogue but nothing's playing. So the snippier you make it, the quicker it is, the less dead space there is, the more rapidly the player will be able to advance through the dialogue and the less delay, the less sluggish it'll all feel. So we're going to export this line now. And this is going to be called Lucien Custom Names. And I never have a consistent system for this, which is rubbish and I really should. But I'm going to call it Lucien Custom Names Stream. Oh no, hang on. Because these are all the it is. So Custom Names it is and Adiel. We're going to export that. What's going on there? That's a bit funky. It doesn't normally behave like that. There we go. We'll just have a fade there. The people on the VOD will wonder what they missed. You didn't miss anything. I just forgot to record for a bit. It's fine. But maybe there was secret stuff that you didn't see. Who knows? There wasn't. Oh, what happened there? Oh, we reached the end. We reached the end of that section. La da da la da 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 da. Right, on to the second batch. Eric. Thanks for the bits, Enderscram. What I'm curious about is if there's a possibility of you taking commissions for voice lines of other people's mods. No, I'm afraid not, because commissions are banned, right? Bethesda's terms of service say that you cannot charge for content. So someone cannot pay me to make a mod, right? What they can, but it's weird, right? There's weird grey areas. So what you can do is you can make a donation for a request. So if the content is going to be for everyone, if it's content that I'm going to release myself and give to everyone, then you're allowed to do that through Patreon, which is what we do with the custom names system. But what you definitely can't do is commission a mod. You can't go to someone and say, "Can I pay you to make XYZ?" That's not allowed. So it's a grey area. It's weird, but you've got to draw the line. So, but no, the thing is, for compatibility with other people's mods, I do that for free. You know, that's just something I just do. You've got to get in touch with me, and we've got to chat about it and figure out the collaboration for it. But Lucien, I want Lucien to interact with as many other mods as possible. The problem is, people ask me, will I collaborate with XYZ? Will I set up interactions for that mod? And of course I will. But the thing is, if it's a mod that I've never played before, so if someone comes along and asks me to do a collaboration with, I don't know, let's call them Steve, the follower, who's just come out, and I don't know Steve, and I don't have time these days, I hardly have any time to play Skyrim, you know, I don't have time to familiarise myself with someone's mod, with a new mod that's just come out. I can't go and figure out, get to know that character well enough in order to write dialogue for it. I just can't do it, I haven't got time. So, however, I'm very happy to do interactions between Steve and Lucien, and my condition for that is I need Steve's author to write the conversations. And if he writes the conversations and then I come along and I just edit Lucien's bits of it to make it fit his character, so I do sort of the second pass, I can then just include recording that dialogue in my next batch of recording. I can implement it in the mod in no time flat, and we can have the dialogue all set up patchlessly in Lucien's framework. Very happy to do that for any mod. I'm happy to do interactions, but yeah. However, that, of course, there are some mods that I'm absolutely desperate to do proper interactions with, for which I would work my proverbial off in order to set that stuff up. But generally speaking, when people are requesting to do interactions with mods, that's the way it works. And I certainly wouldn't dream of charging money for that, you know, because it goes both ways. It's a win-win for both parties. I hope that makes sense. Eric. Thanks for the bits, Enderscram. No worries. Hello, XGG. Welcome to the stream. Now, I think I recorded... Oh, yeah, last time we had that debate over Eric versus Eric, and it was Eric, so we're fine. Josie227 says, "Hey, I'm starting a new playthrough. IDK what class to play, so I'm asking 5 streamers, you're the third. So what would it be, mage, warrior, or assassin?" Mage all the way. Mages are the best. Because they get magic. Magic's cool. Mages are cool. Be a mage. Elise. See ya. Ellie. You're a wizard, Josie. Och, I don't know. You're a wizard. Amelia. Emilia. Oh, thanks for the sub, Gigi. Yes, there is an improved Lydia mod. The author did contact me, and I told them exactly the same thing that I've just said just now, which is if they're willing to, because I don't have time to get to know their characterization of Lydia, I can't. So if they're willing to write the conversations themselves, and I'll do the second pass on Lucien's lines to make sure they all fit, be delighted to do interactions. That'd be great. But I'm waiting on their response for that, so. But that's the way I have to roll with it, so sure. However, they did say they've never used Lucien. So if they don't know Lucien and I don't know their Lydia, we're probably not going to get anywhere. But if they're willing to familiarise themselves with Lucien to write the dialogue, then sure, we can do that. Good afternoon, Bethany Valerian. Welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Love your surname, Valerian. Very good, very good. Everyone always ends up as Stealth Archer. Oh, we changed the... Had a second take there that's actually better. That's the better take, so we'll overwrite. Just export again, and it should overwrite over the top of it. There you go, overwrite. Enora. Enora! Go finish your follower, Anxious Ace. That'd be awesome. Do it. Ooh. Oops, opened a window there I didn't mean to open. There we go. What happened to Tiny Lucien? Where'd he go? Hey, buddy. Where are you? There he is. Oh, no, we've got two of them. No. Farewell, clone. Return from whence you came. Here we are. What was that? That was Enora, so Illyria. Lydia. Support Restoration Archer. I've not heard of that one. Ichthan. Oh, that's a shame, Blackbird. Bad luck. Thanks, Nuna. Thanks for the plug. Yes, check out my tutorial series on YouTube if you want to make a follower. If you want to be like me? Hey, kid. Hey, kid, you want to make a follower mod? Want to make a follower mod just like Lucien Flavius? Well, have I got the tutorial series for you, kid. I've got one right here. I'm going to link it in the chat. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know why I'm talking like that. For those of you watching who feel inspired to make your own follower mod, then just click this here link, and you've got all the secrets in Oblivion at your little fingertips. I think there's no such thing as a voice that doesn't fit. I think the Elder Scrolls Tamriel is sufficiently diverse that absolutely any voice can fit in somewhere. And if for some reason you have an accent that you don't think can fit in with anyone, then make your character be from some obscure island that no one's heard of. Lucien as a merman, that would be cool. Hello, Alaricia? 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 Alaricia. Alaricia a letter. Alaricia a letter where I'll talk to you about all sorts of things. I don't know what I'm doing. Ugh. Chaotic energy. Fenline. More fitting to voice a child than voice a child. Freya it is. Freya. But the thing is, right, okay, so you speak with your voice, right? And you're a person in the world, and you speak with your natural voice. And Skyrim is full of, and Tamriel in general is full of people in the world who will all speak with their natural voices. If you speak with your natural voice, then that means it's perfectly valid for there to be a character somewhere in Tamriel who also speaks with that natural voice. You don't need to justify it. You You just speak with your voice, you know? If you're a person who speaks with it, then that means there can be a person who speaks with it. That's what I always think, anyway. Gary it is. We're on to Gary, folks. Bobzilla's making 3 follower mods. Crikey, wow, ambitious. Good luck. I can barely manage 1. Gerwolf. Gerwolf. Don't do a scare. Remember, Ninja, and this is the reason never to be scared of making a follower mod, because you don't have to release it. You can just make it, and if you decide you don't like it, don't release it. But the process of making it, there should be absolutely no pressure in. There's nothing to be afraid of, because the only person who's going to hear it is you, unless you decide to share it with someone. Gornair, which I can never spell. I think it's like that. Gornair, 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 Gornair. There you go, Gornair. Done. It is very exciting to see new people joining the mod making scene. Takes surprisingly little time to get used to hearing yourself recorded once you get started. That is very true. I found it really weird at first, and now it's completely second nature, and it was within a few days of starting, it was fine. Same for streaming, by the way. You get so much more comfortable with streaming really quickly after you start. Did you have to soundproof your room? No. No, for the sake of Skyrim. If you get a decent mic, like this, you don't need to soundproof your room. Because Skyrim, right, it's not like recording a track for a song release. When it plays in game, it goes through all the game's natural filters anyway. They're not just hearing your sound, they're hearing birdsong in the background, there's the wind in the game, there's NPCs, there's the natural die-off. The further away you are from the character, the more the sound is reduced. There's any echo the game applies, any atmospheric effects. There's all sorts of stuff layered on top of your voice. You're not going to notice the echo in your room. Unless you mean soundproof your room as in terms of other people hearing me. If in terms of other people hearing me, no, they just have to listen to me. Just have to deal with that. How are the names going, Staniel says? They're going well, thank you. We're making progress. Alaricia says, I'm in another modder's Discord for subs only, and their modding speak flies in my head, but they definitely do act a bit more gatekeeperish about people modding. Well, I don't want to be a gatekeeper. Unless, if I'm the gatekeeper, the gates are open. The gates are open. Come, enter the land of the mod making. Make your mods. The other 2 are mods ideas I've had, but Cretius is a defiant mode. Sounds cool. Planning on making 3 followers that interact. Like, I would really temper your expectations, guys. If you're all planning on making 3 followers, start with 1. Start with 1, get that done to a good standard, then think about making a second one. Don't burn yourself out trying to make 3 mods at once. So yes, I just finished reading the rest of your comment. Do 1 first, see how it goes. Definitely do 1 first, see how it goes. Baby steps. That's the way to go with follower modding. And the great thing about follower modding is your minimum viable follower mod, your MVP, minimum viable product, the smallest thing, the smallest version of a follower mod you can make, has 6 lines, which is recruit, wait here, follow me, I need you to do something, I need to trade some things with you, it's time for us to part ways. That's all the dialogue you need to start with a follower mod. Then later on, you can add as much or as little as you want, but your minimum number of lines is 6, your maximum is 10,000 or 100,000 or whatever you want, and you can be anywhere on that scale, which is why follower modding is such a great way to get into modding, I find, because it's so modular. It's so expandable. So if you start with 1 follower with 6 lines and work your way up from there, that's the best way to do it, I think. Hossan. Hi, Yellow Ego Cat. Welcome to the stream. Thanks, Anxious Ace. I'm glad this has been encouraging for you to get into modding. I don't know anything about making replacers, though, I'm afraid, Alaricia, so you'll have to ask someone else. What's a human object that Merman Lucien would be fascinated by? A hard drive. I'm going to write my follower first since I don't have the funds currently to buy a mic. Be careful with that, because I know I've seen various mods that people start out by writing hundreds of lines of dialogue for them, and the writing is the fun bit. The implementing is the not fun bit. If you get through all the writing, all the fun bit first, then all that's ahead of you, if you write 200 lines of dialogue, and then all that's left is just to implement them all, then you've got 200 lines of really boring implementation. I find it much better to break it up. Write it in the creation kit, record it. Write another line, record it. I tend to do it in batches of 10, maybe 10 lines at a time, except for this, where I'm doing a whole batch of like 120. But normally I do 10 to 20 lines at a time, and that's the way to do it. I find it's much more fun doing it that way around. But yeah, what I was trying to say is I know a lot of mods who've written loads of dialogue and then either got bored in the implementation or found a load of the dialogue they wrote isn't actually possible to achieve. There was a mod who I was in touch with ages ago who wrote a load of dialogue for his follower, and a whole bunch of that dialogue, like 30 lines of it, was stuff to do with your character waking up in the morning. Like yawning and stretching and getting out of bed. You can't do that in Skyrim. There's no way to detect whether a follower is waking up and getting out of bed. It's not possible. So all that dialogue was wasted. And there was loads of stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely say do it in tandem. The record, write, and implement. Do it all together at the same time. Jack, it is. Jack, there we go. I've seen some Lucien replacers. How do you feel about those? I'm fine for them to exist. So long as they're vaguely within the vision that, you know, if they look vaguely like Lucien, I find that nicer, you know, to keep consistent with the character I created, but I don't mind. Anyone can make a replacer if they want, but do ask me permission first. Because it's really annoying when people release patches for your mod without asking permission. Because then I've got to provide tech support for that. Even if they say, oh no, you don't have to provide support, I'll provide all the support. The fact is, if there's an issue with their mod, they don't go to that replacer to complain about the issue. They come to my mod and my comments section and my bug reports. Because they don't know it's the replacer that was causing the problem. So that's why I've got to be aware of all the replacers that exist, and I like people to ask first. Do it, Nuna! Give Narusa the voice. Let Narusa speak. How is the life of being a Beyond Skyrim Arcane University teacher treating you? I don't really do much for it. I'll be honest, all I did was I joined the server, and I said, if I can help in any way, please let me know. And people are welcome to tag me there and ask me questions or whatever. I wanted to offer my services, kind of. You know, I will answer questions and all that. And then they gave me this role as the teacher and started telling me all the things that teachers do. And obviously, you guys know how little time I have. I don't have time to do lessons and stuff on the Arcane University. I can't, you know, but I can do these streams. So people are very welcome to join these streams. And I will answer their questions. And I'd love that to be shared on the Arcane University. I think I'm on their automatic sharing, hosting list, whatever, so which is probably how some of you have seen this, and I'm very happy to answer all the questions you've got, and you can always feel free to tag me in the Discord if you've got questions, but I don't really get into the whole teacher aspect of it like a lot of the teachery people do. I'm very happy for them to move me around and put to whatever role they want, you know, but I'm not associated with Beyond Skyrim. I just offer my knowledge to you. I have thoughts, I have ideas, you may take them should you wish, and ask all the questions. Hey, Woofy the Woof, is there a way to set up my follower mod can heal my player character? I've done some research, but it says I would need to make some sort of script to detect it. Yes, you would need to create a custom AI package like Lucien has to do that. And there are ways to do it, and if you look it up online, you'll find, but yes, to make your follower heal your player, you need to be familiar with scripting and AI packages. I will be doing a tutorial about that later on in my follower modding tutorial series that I've got on YouTube. I'm going to have a whole episode dedicated to these special AI spells Lucien has, or his support spells that require special scripted AI in order to make them work, like Courage, Candlelight, Healing Hands, the Cloak spells. I've got quite an AI that I'm quite pleased with to dynamically select the best cloak spell for a given situation. Because otherwise, NPCs can't normally learn more than one cloak spell at a time. Otherwise, they just spam them until they run out of magicka. Because they go fire cloak, ice cloak, fire cloak, ice cloak, fire cloak, ice cloak, and then run out of magicka. So you have to do some clever stuff with that to make that work. But yeah, I'm going to have a whole episode about that. So probably best to wait for that if you want to see how to do that. It's a bit more than I can really explain in a stream. It's quite an in-depth level of AI stuff. So I'm not sure if I can necessarily go into all. I can show you some of it here if you want, just to look at it generally. But teaching you that would take a long time because it's quite involved. So I would definitely advise you to look up some tutorials for that instead. Okay, see you, Bethany. Have a great day. So on to J. We're making progress. Janus it is. Is there anyone else's tutorials that you would recommend? Yes, so the two tutorials that I recommend, which you'll find very easily by Googling, there's the Deck 16 tutorial. I don't know any video tutorials to recommend necessarily, but the Deck 16, if you type Deck 16 follower tutorial into Google, you'll find that. And that is how I learned to follow a mod. And that's one I thoroughly recommend. So there's the Deck 16 one, and there's also the Creating Custom Follower Framework one. And the link to that is in the description of my part 2, when I tell you how to create a custom follower framework, because I'm using adapted versions of their scripts. So I recommend that one as well. Those are the two that between them tell you how to make a fully featured custom follower mod and how to put it on its own framework. I've changed quite a few bits from that for my tutorial series because I've sort of refined it a bit more and made it more applicable to what I did for Lucien. But yeah, those are some really good ones to get to grips with. They're the same ones that are pinned in the mod making section in the Discord that Anxious is just talking about. And also I've heard great things about Pandorable's tutorial for creating like the look of your follower, although I've not watched it myself because I don't really get into the arty side of things. Jari. Export. Yeah, there are pins. Check them out. Genevieve. Genevieve it is. Come on, we got to get there by the end of the stream. We can do this. Do 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 do. Yeah, I spent about 10 minutes making Lucien's face, and then the wonderful Nibberino, who was helping me out, he spent a lot longer tweaking Lucien's face to make it look like it does. And I'm very happy with its appearance now. But I have no talent for the artistic side of that. I'm not an artist. Yeah, I loved Game of Thrones when it was on. Jondor. And who are you? The proud lord said that I must bow so low. Only a cat with a different coat, that's all the truth I know. And a coat of gold or a coat of red, a lion still has claws. And mine are long and sharp, my lord, as long and sharp as yours. And so he spoke, and so he spoke, that lord of Castamere. And now the rains weep o'er his halls, with not a soul to hear. Yes, now the rains weep o'er his halls, with not a soul to hear. Thanks for the bits, Vickle! Kayla. Thank you. Kisara. Kisara. Oh, I pulled my mic there. Can you guys still hear me? Yanked on the cable. Yeah, it's fine. We're good. Everything's fine. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic, Captain Mannering. Komora. Yay, more bits. Thank you, Blackbird. Very kind. Thank you for the luck. Good luck in your career as well. Komora. Komora. There we are. Oops. Come on, off you get, Tiny Lucien. You should post some song covers on your YouTube. It's always great to hear you sing. Thank you. I'd love to do some covers at some point. The trouble is YouTube copyright and all of that is a horrible minefield to get into with covers. Because they tend to just instantly demonetize and put ads all over your videos and all sorts. But I'd love to do something like that at some point. Any tutorials you'd know/recommend when it comes to changing the masters of your plugin? Oh, I'll show you. Here you are, Underscram. You don't need a tutorial. I'll show you right now. So, if we open up SSE-edit or TESV-edit, either of those, and you'll need that. You'll need to do it with Xedit, so whichever version of Skyrim you're using. Open it up. Select none, and then choose the file you want to load. I'll show you the Bone Wolf patch. Lucien Bone Wolf. Open it up in SSE-edit like that. Wait for it to load. And then when it's loaded up, you go to your file header, which is where you'll see all your master files here. And then if you right-click on your master... Hang on, where is it? Here we are. You right-click on the file here. Up there. There you go. And then you click Add Masters. So when you've opened it up, you right-click on it in the window over here, in the Form ID window, and you click Add Masters. And then you've got to have loaded up as well, whatever file you want to add as a master, so make sure that's loaded. But if it is, you just need to check Dawnguard or Dragonborn or whatever and press OK. Yes, I'm sure. And there it is. It's added to the masters list now. Now, you'll notice it goes straight to the bottom, which means that's not the correct order to start with. So in order to fix that, you again right-click, and you're going to select Sort Masters to match current load order. And if you do that, they'll end up in the right order, which is good. That's what you want. Now, finally, the last option there is also Clean Masters. So if you click that, it'll remove any unnecessary masters you've got. So any of these masters here that aren't actually being used at all or aren't actually required by your file, if you click that, it'll remove them. So obviously we just added Dawnguard, which my patch doesn't need. So if we click Clean Masters now, it disappears again and has got rid of Dawnguard. So there we go. I hope that helped. Do let me know if you need anything more explaining about that. But that is literally all there is to it. Thanks for the bits, Enderscram. Glad that was useful. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, yeah, like a diamond in the sky. Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yeah. There you go, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star cover. Stick that in your YouTube and smoke it. Le Court. Yay, thank you, Vickle. You're always so generous when it comes to my singing. See you, Enderscram. Thanks for joining. Been lovely having you here. Yellow Ego Cat, which feature of Inigo would you love to implement in Lucien if you could have endless free time for modding? I don't think there is one, really. I'm quite happy with the feature-wise. Because Inigo was my inspiration for Lucien, right? Inigo is the golden standard for follower mods. So it was only by playing Inigo that I realized, you know, and by studying it, I realized how to make a good follower mod. You know, I was trying to make one that was as good as him, kind of. I know you can never actually be as good as Inigo, because Inigo is so far above everyone else. But I don't think he has any features that I would necessarily want to nick and put into Lucien. At this stage, I'm quite happy with it. But the long-seated conversations like Inigo has, yeah, I wouldn't want to do it the same way Inigo implements it. I don't want it to be something that just plays in inns or whatever. But I would like to add more conversations. More longer conversations in some way in the mod. But I wouldn't say that's something that's a specific feature of Inigo. That's just a NPC in Skyrim. So I'd like more conversations like that in there. But I certainly don't want to nick his whistle feature or anything like that. People keep asking me, add a whistle function. I don't want to do that. I might do some kind of combat command using the resonance sphere sometime. Maybe some kind of sort of call mechanic. but I'm not nicking Whistle. I like the option of telling him to relax. So Lucien will relax. When you tell him to wait, by default, he will relax. Unless you turn that off. So he has that function. I could have a whole separate dialogue option to make him relax as well as wait. But that's cluttering up the dialogue menu, which I don't know whether I really want to do that. But at the moment, it's just something you can toggle on or off, whether you want him to relax when he's waiting. Velia is an older mod. Velia has a load of so many features. It's an amazing mod that I love to bits. It's incredibly well set up and it's got masses of stuff there. But I think Inigo is more polished, right? Inigo is the king of follower mods. Inigo is the most popular. It's all really well put together. It's gorgeously smooth and polished and tidy. I would say Inigo is the gold standard, but Velia is an incredible mod and everyone's got a lot to learn from Velia as well. But if I were saying one was the gold standard, I'd say it's Inigo. Lily. Also, right, how would you feel if someone just whistled at you to tell you to do things? Just whistling instructions. Lucien's not your dog. He a person. He might not wish to do whatever you instantly want him to do. He's a strong, independent Imperial. Lena it is. There we go. Bum ba dum bum bum ba da 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 ba dum bum ba da dum. Here, boy. Here, Lucien. Who's a good little Imperial? Who's a good little Imperial? Is it you? Oh, yes, it's me. Is it me? It's you. Wow, that was weird. Martin. That was weird. Marwin it is. There we go. That's the take we want. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, dee-dee-dee-dee, please be true. Bow wow 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 bow ba bum 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 bum. Oh, we prefer that take. That takes better. Lucien has his own house. And it's an important part of his story. Hey, Burger, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Lucien has a dungeon. Haven't you played Dooms before? If not, get on that. It's a whole quest that Lucien has. It's quite good fun. Shirley's going through it at the moment, if you want to check that out. Shirley Curry, the gaming grandma, is currently playing through Lucien's dungeon, so if you check out her channel, you can see it. Michaela. What are we recording today? What we are recording today is we are sorting out those custom names from last time. We're extracting all the audio so we can implement it in-game. When you use needs mods, do you let followers ask for food and drink? At first, it gives an interesting tactical layer in the game when you have to feed them, but later it becomes annoying. I've never seen that. I've never seen a function for that, so maybe that's a function that I've just not toggled on. But no, I don't normally do that. Mean it is. We're getting there, guys. We're up to M. As far as needs mods go, I tend to see my followers capable of buying their own food. That's true, yeah. What level do I recommend? Can ever sort of... So every enemy in the dungeon is supposed to scale to your level. So in theory, it should be playable at any level. It is quite a tricky dungeon. So you probably don't want to go in there at level 1. Probably want to be at least level 10, really. But like I say, they do all scale, so it should be fine. Bring a follower, though. Bring Inigo or someone with you if you like, if you're worried about it. Because you should be alright with Inigo. Minerva! Yeah, bring all your followers. It is a bit scary sometimes, isn't it? Why is that taking so long to export? Come on. Something funky going on with Cubase today. Oh, that was a second take of Minerva. Minerva. Oh, I like that take better. Yeah, we'll go with that. Export and overwrite. Right. How do you have a follower say multiple lines in a row with a player response afterwards? For example, when Lucien first meets the player, how do you set it up so the dialogues fire off in the correct order? So that, very simple in the creation kit. If you go into, let's pick some dialogue. Let's have a look at JR Lucien intro. So if we fire up, this is Lucien's intro quest, and the first line of dialogue that happens is the greeting. Excuse me, sir, I don't normally do this, but have you got a moment to talk? And if you look over in the right of that dialogue window, you'll see you've got this link to box. And any line of dialogue you put in there, which you can do by just right-clicking, selecting add link. And if you press add link, that brings up the list of all the dialogue in this quest. So you can just select one and press OK if you want. I'm not going to do that, but there you go. So you've got all 3 lines there, and those are your 3 options that will then come up after that. So anything you put in your add link, in your link to section, by adding more links, those are the ones that are going to show up as the next options in the dialogue. Yeah, does that make sense? Hope that helps. Oh, we have a song request. Some Sinatra. Okay. Bear with me a sec. This one. I've probably sung this one several times before on stream, but anyway. Oh, I've got you under my skin. Oh, I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. Oh, I've got you under my skin. Went too low there. I tried so not to give in. I said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. Oh, I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Gone too high there, go down. And repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you never can win. Use your mentality. Wake up to reality. Oh, but each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. 'Cause I've got you under my skin. Well, that was a car crash. Went all over the place with the keys. I'll do better next time. Let's go back to screen with camera. Basically, the problem with singing a cappella, if you don't have perfect pitch, which I don't have, is you have to pick a key and just hope it works. You just pick a note, you start singing from that, and that's as far as you get. And And then sometimes you go too high, and sometimes you really have gone too low, and you've got to shift halfway through, and that's really hard. Let me try a different one. Let me give you a bonus one, Vickle, because that one didn't go so well. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Thanks for the sub, Loyal Turn. Come fly with me, let's float down to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and ale too, his flute for you. Come fly with me, let's float down in the blue. Once I get you up there, where the air is rarefied, we'll just glide, starry-eyed. Once I get you up there, I'll be holding you so near, you might just hear all the angels cheer, because we're together. Weather-wise, it's such a lovely day. Just say the word and we'll beat those birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away. Yeah. That was... I still had to change key halfway through. But not quite so bad. Thanks for the bits, Vickle. Much appreciated. How many followers should you have realistically at once? As many as you like. Absolutely. Burger, I'd love to walk behind my followers, but as far as I know, it's not a thing, is it? It's Velia you can walk behind. You can follow Velia. She'll lead you to a particular place, and you can follow her wherever you go. Oh, look, we lost 10 viewers while I was singing that. People didn't like. Oh, well, it's fine. You fickle folk, you. Lucien says he doesn't ride horses, and that makes me sad. If you play his quests, you'll see. So play his quests, and you'll find some progress on that. Posture check. Thank you, Fazy. When you shift to a higher note, it's like Frank Sinatra suddenly became Sammy Davis Jr. If you say so. Oh, thanks, guys. Glad you enjoyed. I did gain a sub, and that's very lovely. Thank you, Ace. Oh, wow! Loads of bits! Thank you so much, Fickle. That's so generous. Really appreciate it. That's really kind. That's worth losing the 10 viewers. Thank you. Mittens it is. Groovy tunes, man. Morgan it is. Oh, there once was a hero named Morgan the Mighty. Strong and good in a fighty. Morwen. Nara it is. Nara. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Nara. Nina. Nina, Nina. Narian. Rattling through these now. Very good, very good. Do 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 do. Bum 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 ba-dum. Nerusa. Never heard that name before. Whose name does that belong to? I have no idea. Who is this Narusa character? If only there was some story series we could find out more about her with. Nils. Nil point. Alors, United Kingdom. Nil point. Which, I've just realised, will mean nothing to all of you American people. But Nuna knows. Probably. The other Brits know. We're very used to hearing nil point. Yeah, Eurovision. Who doesn't love Eurovision? Nox it is. Oh, if only there were a series about Nox. If only we knew the story behind that name. But alas, we don't. Valk isn't watching, but I need to catch up on that story. Paula. A Nara series? Surely that's not a thing either. You should totally check all of these out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, join my Discord and have a look. Because people share all these wonderful stories in there that they've written. And they all feature Lucien. Which is always a bonus, in my opinion. Raven. I love the spelling of this one. Raven. I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts. And I don't care if I lose my mind. I'm already cursed. See, that's a banger to come out of Eurovision. Reptar. Then you are missing out, Yellow Ego Cat. Robert. Come on, we're getting down the end of the alphabet now. R is near the end. I know this from being on registers at school all my life. We're going through the school register and Russell comes towards the end. Thanks for the bits, Vickle. Rosen. If only there were a Rosen to have this name. All I know about Eurovision was that Amy Atkinson was on it once, and she's one of my favourite musical actresses. I don't know who that is, but good. Oh, and of course, let's not forget Waterloo. Finally facing my Waterloo. Do Waterloo. Which take do I like? Oh, this is a better take. Waterloo. Ba-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da-dee. Oh, whoa, 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 Waterloo. Couldn't escape if I wanted to. Was that take all right? Rune? Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh, no. Da-da-da-da, Napoleon did surrender. Salim, we're on to the S's. Spectacular. Can I dance? No, I can't. You won Eurovision check? That's a thing that doesn't happen very often over here. Sarah. You can dance, you can jive, having the time of your life. Scorpius. Yeah, I thought this would be much faster. The stream is taking a long time to get through these. Ooh, that was a pop. We're going to re-record that one. Sakesh it is! Oh, audio dropout detected. What happened? Did we lose the stream audio? No, that's still playing. There we go. Happy with that. That was a much better take. Skesh. What are these custom names being used for in the mod? Yeah, like Nuna said, Lucien can address characters with names. Yes, I can call you. Lucien will call you by name if you have one of these names, and he'll do it automatically if you're on PC with SKSE. If you're on Xbox One, you're going to need this latest update I'm working on now, which is going to bring an implementation through the dialogue trees to let you choose a name. Socky. Good. That's a good song to have stuck in your head, May. Svea. Svea. Well, no one's chosen Lucien yet. I don't really know what I would do with that one. I guess comment on the coincidence. Ushitul. Lucien, of course, is one that I'm going to be doing for Jacuzzi's custom name system when I get around to implementing that as a demo. Oh, that takes fine. Valen. Because I want to bring Jacuzzi into Lucien the Dragonborn at some point. So I want him to recognize Lucien by name. Varuith. Will Jacuzzi be released? Yeah, I'll release Jacuzzi when it's done. It'll probably be a very small follower mod in the grand scheme of things because it's just a proof of concept. It's just demonstration of each of the techniques. But yes, I'll release them when the tutorial series is done. What did I misinterpret, Check? In what way did I misinterpret it? You said... I don't understand. You said you won and we don't win in the UK. That was all I said, I thought. Oh, I see what you mean in that you didn't win. Lordy won. I'm with you. I thought you meant, no, because you're not finished. You're Czech, and you can tell because it says Czech in your name, Czech Morticia, and you're not finished. So that makes sense. So Lordy wasn't you, so Lordy won. I'm with you. I'm with you now. When Lucien the Dragonborn resumes, shortly before, will there be a museum tour or a previously on episode? So I don't know whether you've seen right the way up to the end of the Lucien the Dragonborn. I don't know if you've seen episode 21. But Lucien's not really in a position to do a tour of his museum right now. And no, I wouldn't be doing a possibility that Lucien knows your character already or has met him before. That's not. Because that would mean rewriting all the dialogue, all the lines. There's so much of it that's revolved around this is the situation you're in with Lucien. So I wouldn't have I'm not interested really in doing an alternate path for that because that's a lot of work to make it work. Hey Orbeline, what we're doing today is we're working on Lucien's custom name system. We're finishing off implementing what we've been doing for the last 3 streams. And we're nearly there now. So I'm exporting all the dialogue we recorded last time. Would you do your top 10 mods? I don't know whether I could say my top 10 mods is in my top 10 favourite mods, because there's so many to choose from, you know? And they're all so different in so many ways. But I've thought before about maybe doing mod spotlights when a new mod comes out or something that I particularly love and I want to tell people about. I could maybe do a YouTube tutorial about that. Showing off a new mod. Oh, that's a better take. See you, Faisy. Thanks for dropping by. Have I ever posted my mod list? No, because I don't want to spoil where Lucien the Dragonborn's going to go. If you can see all the mods I've got installed, then you'll have an idea of what might show up in Lucien the Dragonborn later on. But I want to surprise people. Volaner. Volaner. Do 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 do. Oh no, that one didn't work. Walks in sleep. That's a really hard one to say. Oh, we're so nearly there. We're down to W. I'm just going to do walks there. Yes. Velia was in the inn, but may not necessarily meet Lucien in the future. She's there. She's in the world. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to travel together. You'll have to watch and find out. There is a list in every description of the Lucien the Dragonborn episodes telling, and that list is every mod which featured in the episode. That's what that list is. So in the description of every Lucien the Dragonborn episode is a list of all the mods that episode in particular showcases. We're down to Y. Yarlak. There we go. Ylva. Pop that one on there. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Nuna. I don't know what I'd do about that. Yes, their interactions wouldn't fire if they met, because obviously it's not the follower. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't wait for an update, Orbeline. I mean, I can't promise you when this next update's going to come out. Might be a while yet. And it'll only be small. There's not going to be masses of extra content in this update, really. And no, I wouldn't describe that as a spoiler. At all. It's literally, at one point in Lucien the Dragonborn, you see Velia in the background. I'm quite happy for people to know that. That's definitely not plot related. Ah, here we are. We're nearly at the end now, so on to Sure Thing. Sure Thing. Do-do, do-do. Although I'm not quite sure why would you not play why would you not play Skyrim while you're waiting for the next Lucien update? Because you can have him installed at any time, and you can update him mid playthrough. So there's no reason to not no reason to necessarily wait. Do you have any deleted scenes for Lucien the Dragonborn? I'm afraid not. I don't. Because at the time when I was filming it all, I didn't have a very big hard drive, and I had to delete any content that wasn't used. But there was very little that wasn't used. There were a lot of shots of me dying at various points throughout the series. But I never really had any deleted scenes as such. Am I going to do that stream on Saturday? Yes, I will be streaming on Saturday. We're going to do an Avengers stream. I will confirm the time. I think it's going to be 10 p.m. BST. It might be 9 though. I'll let you know in the Discord. But I will be streaming on Saturday. Yeah, I think on Saturday I'll go for 10 till... maybe I'll do 9. No, 10's probably better. I'll probably start at 10, do a couple of hours. But yes, 10 p.m. till 1 a.m. on Saturday, BST, we'll be doing Avengers. So there we go. We've now exported all the dialogue. So yeah, that should take us over into your birthday check. Do you stay in character as you died? If so, that returns to watch. No, I don't, because when I've died, I've died. I know I'm not going to use that footage. No, I didn't die jumping down from the palace into the Forgotten City, I don't think. Or maybe I did. I can't remember now. Yes, I did, actually. Come to think of it, I did do that several times. Yeah. But no, I don't have footage of that. See you, Vickle! Right, so we've now exported all of this dialogue. And here it all is. There is so much. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick all of that up. And I'm going to put it all in this folder. Now we got as far as ADL and that was it. So let's just take all the dialogue and drag it across. And now it's a matter of renaming all these lines to what the creation kit wants them to be. Yeah, there's 120 of these babies. So yeah. Are you sticking to how Lucien would pronounce the names, or are you trying to stick to the actual pronunciation? Because Ylva is actually a Swedish name and it's not pronounced like how you said it. I'm pronouncing it the way the person who asks for the name asked for me to pronounce it. So someone requested Ylva, and they said, can you please pronounce it Ylva? And I said, is that correct? Is that like this? And they said, yes, like that. So that's what I'm going with. But yes, I've got to rename all of these. Yeah, every single one of these has to be renamed with the unique ID of the line in question. So let's get cracking because it's going to take a while. Ba-dum bum bum ba do da do da 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 dee da do da 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 da. The history book on the shelf is always repeating itself. Waterloo. Dee 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 dee. Whoa 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 whoa. Am I pronouncing it differently? I'm pretty sure I've always said Ylva. But maybe I misspoke before. Yeah, it can be a grind sometimes, it's true. This is a particularly grindy thing to set up because it's 120 different lines that all need the same thing doing to them. So this is a grind. It's not always as much of a grind as it is today. Did I generate the lip for that, though? Yes, I did. Good. Yeah, I was talking about Velia earlier, which is different. It's an entirely different name. I don't know what you heard then. But I've certainly recorded Ylva. That's what's in the game. Is that a full stop that shouldn't be there? No, it isn't. So yeah, we just got to go through all of these. The mystery history book on the shelf is always repeating itself. And generate lip. So that generate lip button uses the dialogue that's written here. So it uses the line that's written there, combined with the waveform of the sound you've imported to automatically generate the lip sync for your character. It's very clever. I think it's amazing that they've done that. So if you just wrote I'm afraid, he would just mouth I'm afraid, and it tries to fit that to the waveform, like in the best possible place for the audio waveform. It's really quite remarkable. So kudos to Bethesda for that. Hello, the Lord Catsbury. Welcome, welcome. So we can ask you to say the name of our character. I'm afraid I have to keep it restricted as a special thank you for Patreon supporters only. Sorry about that, but I'm sure you understand. If I just open it up as a general thing anyone can request, then adding names will be literally all I ever do. And you guys have seen how long it takes me to set this stuff up because I've been doing it for the last 3 streams. So no, I'm really sorry, but I have to limit it to as a special thank you for Patreon people. Otherwise, it just gets overwhelming. Hello, Cillian. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a lovely Thursday. Waterloo. Amanda, there we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A YouTube series about AI. What about AI? Love a bit of AI. Like sci-fi AI or like real world, what AI is actually like, which is much less exciting. Let's see what we can do, Zooey. Probably going to lose more viewers when we do this, but there we go. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things surround you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore they work all day. Under the sun they slave away. While we devoting full time to floating under the sea. Down here all the fish is happy as off through the waves they roll. The fish on the land ain't happy 'cause they sad 'cause they in their bowl. But fish in the bowl is lucky, they in for a worse fate. One day when the boss get hungry, guess who's going on the plate? Under the sea, under the sea. Under the sea, under the sea. Nobody beat us, fry us and eat us in fricassee. We what the land folks love to cook. Under the sea they off the hook. We got no troubles, life is the bubbles under the sea. We got no troubles, life is the bubbles under the sea. Da 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 da. Yeah. I'm not gonna do the whole song. Yeah, we lost viewers, but hey, there we go. Sorry, guys. Generate lip file. Love that song. It's so happy. Thank you very much. Oh, my view counter had us at 37 when we started. But hey, 34 is not bad. Don't worry about the numbers. Worrying about the numbers is boring. Think about the fun. The fun of doing this one thing over and over. Clicking on all these hundreds of names through which we're only up to A. And then highlighting this. And then copying it and going back to the Windows Explorer. And clicking there and pasting it. And then repeat 14 billion times. And it's fine. Someone asked a question. Was there a question? Ah, yes. Anxious Ace, the way you have dialogue for when you encounter a dragon with Lucien, depending on how much changes, depending on how many you fought. Was that hard to set up? Like, here's a line saying something along the lines of, "We've beaten X of you before." Does he actually keep track of how many you've fought? Yes. So what happens is when you're in a battle with a dragon, Lucien has various different lines. He has a combat line, a line for attacking, a line for being attacked by, and a line for taunting for the dragons, right? For each of the dragon, for when a dragon is in combat, he has these lines. And when he says one of those lines, a global variable, which is like number of dragons killed by Lucien or something, ticks up by 1. And then when he finishes the battle, when the battle is over, he will say an idle line, which checks whether that variable had ticked up, checks whether he'd said one of those initial lines, and if he has, then it increases the stage of a quest. So the stage is then higher. The quest stage is then higher. So then when you're in the next battle with a dragon, and the next time those dragon taunts, combat lines, whatever are called for, it notices the stage is higher, so selects from the second batch of lines regarding dragons. And then when he says one of those, that global variable ticks up 1 higher again to keep track. So each time you have a battle with a dragon, the stage increases to indicate, or stage increases when the battle is over, and the global variable increases during the battle. And that's how we change the dialogue each time. It is a bit complex, but it works in practice. The time when it doesn't work, right, is if you battle the dragon, and then the battle ends, you run away from the battle. If you're battling the dragon, Lucien says his line, and then you run away somehow, without actually killing the dragon, Lucien will then think that you did kill the dragon, even though you didn't. So I've tried to be slightly careful with it to try and avoid that, but there's not much I can do about that. So that is the flaw in the system. AI stuff that was in your wheelhouse, prosthetic technology where machine learning has been used to mass analyze muscle movements using ultrasound. Ultrasound's interesting. I've not heard that approach. And then use AI to predict what you're trying to get the limb to do. That's exactly what I'm working on right now. Before the muscle movement is technically finished, resulting in very smooth movements, mostly for feet. Yeah, that is exactly the research I'm doing at the moment. Except I'm not using ultrasound. I'm trying to use wearable sensors in order to infer what you're trying to do at the current time. But yes, machine learning is the way to analyze the data, for sure. Good evening, Samantha. But yeah, I think I'd probably be using a support vector machine for that. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Dynamically fitting one of those. I've done some work with k-means clustering instead to try it, but the problem with that is with time series data, I'm probably talking, I don't know whether this makes sense to you or not, but the problem with doing time series data with k-means clustering is I found the data forms trajectories because it's time related. So if you have time as an input, the system cheats. Hard to explain, but basically, if you're going to use k-means, you can't let it use time as a feature or anything time-related, which you have to do if you're using filtering. So yeah, support vector machines. That's the way, I think. From my research, anyway. Basically, for those of you that didn't make any sense to, I did some experiment with a very, very rudimentary AI on analyzing data. And I found that if I did a particular thing, the AI would cheat and think and tell me it was better AI than it actually was. It would fib. Which was interesting, and I wrote a paper about it. But not what you really want in your final system. Ari. Oh, we didn't rename Ari. What? Wait, something went wrong there. I've got myself mixed up slightly somehow. Why didn't we? Because we did generate a lip file for Ari here. I swear. Or did I just skip it by accident? Ah, I skipped it. That's fine then. I always found the machine learning module quite fun in my degree. Because it's nicely applied and interesting. And it's cool stuff. Who doesn't want to learn about machine learning, really? I mean, engineering, it's all the rage at the moment, is AI. So don't worry about it. It'll be great. I'll be honest with you, Fistful, it's much less fascinating when you actually get to grips with what's currently possible, like what current AI sort of is. It's much less exciting than it's portrayed in the media and in sci-fi and all of that. We're still a very long way from making robots which can think. Really, it's much more akin to... I don't know if you've ever done a plot on Excel. Have you ever just done a scatter plot on Excel when you've got it to plot a graph and you can fit a best fit line through it? You can tell Excel to automatically plot the best fit through that curve. To be honest, that's most of AI at the moment, is just doing that for different data sources in multiple dimensions. Yeah, the possibilities are exciting, but we're not there yet. See, adding a gene to fungus sounds cool. I don't know. Well, the layperson like me who doesn't know anything about genes, that sounds impossibly sci-fi. Like, blimey, how do you add a gene to a fungus? Where do you put the gene in? I guess you get your gene, and you inject your gene into the fungus, and then it's like, whoa, this fungus has a new gene now. And the fungus is like, yeah, I'm going to just take this and add it to my genetic code. Yep, that's what happens. What you do is you get your cable full of gene, and you plug it in, and then it like runs an update, and then it implements, and then it's like, well, you got to restart the fungus first, of course, to get the update to install. And then it's like, whoa, we got a new fungus. Nuna, it's hard because there's not mushroom. I love it. Points for Nuna. Fungus now has legs. Let's put the fungus in a theme park. Oh, the funguses are reproducing. Oh, funguses? Fungi. Oh, let's get people to come and visit. Oh, no, the fungi are eating people. Oh, no, a fungus park's got to close down. Except we'll reopen it like 3 times. Specific areas of the gene that we look for. We make different small genetic things that break up the chemical bonds in those areas, and now we have 2 strands and we can add something in the middle. I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds great. Keep doing the fungus editing. Hilarious, Magmatic Web. I used to know a guy who researched mushrooms. He was a fun guy to be around. Amazing. Ah, we already... Wait, what happened? What did I do? I've not got a line for Bjorn. Why have I not got a line for Bjorn? Did we not export it? I swear I remember exporting a Bjorn line. Did I goof? No, I obviously didn't export it. Let's go back and find it. Bjorn, 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 Bjorn. Where are you, Bjorn? Are you with Benny? Benny? No, Roseanne. Nils. Liana. Where are you, Bjorn? Oops. That's definitely not right. Nope. Draconis. Alexander. Amanda. Aoife. Callum. Benito. Bjorn! Export that for me, please. Just look at the world around you. Da 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 da. Such wonderful things around you. There we go. Bjorn exported. That's gotta help. What more are you looking for? Under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Under the sea. Bjorn. And export me a lip file, please. Don't crash. There we go. Good stuff. Cillian made a mini factory for local production of materials on Mars. That's really cool. And the factory could produce plastic using the gene you designed from scratch. See, that just sounds awesome. You had a tiny prototype sent with the latest rover? You sent something to Mars! That's so cool! Something you made went to Mars! Ah, I'm glad you enjoy that, Yellow Ego Cat. Sorry, I'm catching up in the chat. Velia has also got a heartbreaking death reaction. That is true. And so does Inigo. It's like, don't die, my friend. No. Right, Bjorn's all done. Bjorn is all cooked. We're still only on B. We've got 40 minutes left of the stream. I'm not going to have time to do the extra stuff at the end I did plan on doing. Never mind. Save it for next time. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Such wonderful things around you. I'm gonna eat Bjorn. Get me Bjorn toast. It's like prawn toast, but or a Bjorn cracker. Bjorn cocktail. He's going to end up being my top 3 follower mods. Inigo, Velia, and Lucien. I mean, Inigo and Velia are definitely up there. Inigo and Velia are the 2 biggest follower mods out there, for sure. And it's an honour to have Lucien said in the same sentence as them, although Lucien is a much smaller mod than Inigo and Velia. Velia is the biggest, then it's Inigo. Then it gets sort of more grey, although I think... It's hard to say for sure. I think Lucien is now pretty high up. I don't know for sure whether he's 3rd or not in terms of size. I think Cesarine might be slightly bigger with Onmund. I'd need to check. I need to do an up-to-date check to see. But in terms of size, he is getting there. Yeah, no, the community was horrible about Velia. I think it's one of our greatest shames as a collective modding community is what they did to Velia and Emma. How you actually drove a mod author who had made the most spectacular, incredible mod and actually bullied them into retirement. I think that's something for everyone to learn from in the Skyrim community, really. Not something I think we want to happen again. Kaiden is a very big mod, it's true. I think people didn't like her accent. I think that was the issue. I think that's what people got so angry about, was that they didn't like her accent. I don't get it. I think she's fabulous. It was years ago now. Long time ago. No, there's nothing wrong with it, but there you go. That's what the community, that's what a large vocal chunk of the community decided, was that they didn't like her accent and that they should tell Emma about that constantly until she retired. Christopher Cthulhin. We're on to C. We may not even get to the end of this stream. That's the thing. There are people out there who don't like it. It's the case with all mods, and the bigger you get, the more hate you get. It happens. I don't know why, but the internet has loads of wonderful people in it. And it's the majority of it is wonderful people. And you get the occasional person in it who's not wonderful, who doesn't like what you've done and feels that they need to tell you that they don't like what you've done. I get it a lot with Lucien. I'm lucky, though. I have a lovely community with Lucien, and generally the internet's been very accepting of Lucien, for which I'm massively grateful, because I'm really pleased with how it's all turned out, and everyone's generally really nice about it. But you still get the occasional person who drops in just to tell you that they think you're doing everything wrong. And that's that. That's what you get. And sometimes people do this sort of crowd mentality thing, you know, where they all repeat on top of each other and you get this echo chamber effect, and everyone just keeps mucking in and doing a dog pile on top of a mod author, which is what happened. And yeah, that's not fun. But there you go. You do have to have quite thick skin sometimes in modding. But I don't think... Don't let me put you off it, right? Because I think, yes, you do get this when you release a mod that becomes big. You get this hate. But I would strongly urge anyone who's thinking of making a mod to not let the idea of that stop them from making their mod. Because if you do that, if you let it stop you from making something because you're worried what people will think of it, then you're letting those bullies win. You're letting those people who hate, you're letting them get what they want. They want you to not achieve things for whatever reason, out of jealousy or bitterness or whatever. They don't want you to release your thing. They don't want you to be successful. And if you go ahead and release it anyway, you're saying, stuff you, I'm going to do my thing. And I think everyone should make their thing, should do it anyway. Because you all have the ability to create wonderful things. I think everyone has the ability to create something amazing. And I think you should do it. You know, if you've got any interest at all in doing it, then you just should. Just do it. Don't let anyone stop you. Go out there and make it. And I'll make Lucien interact with it, and it'll be great. I can't wait to see on all these follower mods that you guys talk about making in the chat. You know, when I hear all of you talking about the follower mods you're going to make, I'm so excited to see what you come up with. Because it's so awesome that so many of you are getting into it, and I can't wait to see what you produce. I'm hopeful that we're sort of entering a bit of a phase of a lot of people realizing follower modding isn't that hard, but also appreciating the nuances of things that you need to get right in it and the polish it needs. And I think what we're going to see in the next year or so, sort of 6 months to a year, is a wave of new follower mods that are all going to be really high quality, which is what you guys are making. And I can't wait for that wave to crash, you know, into the Nexus, for everyone to see this stuff. So it's going to be great. And I will FITE, fight. I will fight anyone who tells you your stuff is not worth releasing, because it is. And Cillian, that sounds like an amazing concept for a follower, and you know, like I say, do it. Do it. It's going to be great. The Follower Renaissance. That's a fun name for it. Yay, thanks for the bits, Fickle. Bring the rep, Cillian. Draconis. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, tiny Lucien eat a sweet roll. He enjoy. Scooby da dooby dee ba da doo dee da 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 ba 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 under the shore be doo be doo dee dee ba da ba doo ba da bee ba da ba dum bum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. That's also a good point, Nuna. Constructive criticism as well. Some mod authors would like your constructive criticism. Some would not. Because ultimately someone's just made something for free to give to you. And they haven't asked for your opinion on it. They haven't asked for anyone's opinion. They've put it out online for people to download and use. They haven't asked you, what do you think I'm doing wrong? What do you think I should be doing better? If they do ask, then absolutely give them your constructive criticism. But do bear in mind that not everyone will want that. And some people will be hurt by it. Did I freeze? I don't think I froze. Did I freeze? Am I a person who's okay with constructive criticism? I think there's a fine line. You know, when I put Lucien online, I've asked for people to give me suggestions because I want to make him better, and I do. I always want him to be better, because I always want to make improvements to him. And there might be sometimes people spot things that I haven't spotted and come up with cool ideas for how to make him better. Sometimes people's idea of constructive criticism is you should have done this, you should have done that. When you made the follower mod, you should have given him the ability to do this thing, or you should have chosen to make him an orc, or stuff I can't act on. And that's no good to me. That doesn't help me. I'm not planning on making another major follower mod like him. And sometimes people think they're being constructive, and they're actually being hurtful. You know, sometimes people think, oh, I'm trying to help him out, but what you're doing is just attacking what I made. There's a fine line, you know? See you, Jack. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I like suggestions. I'm a big fan of having suggestions, provided they're not the same suggestion that's being suggested over and over again and I've addressed in my FAQs and everything, because that does get a bit tiresome sometimes. All I really ask is that people be polite. You know? That's all that matters. Be nice about it. Be nice and polite. Be like, hey, Joseph, cool that you've done your mod. I wondered if you'd considered maybe giving him this. Maybe change. I wondered if you considered, it's really cool. It's cool how it is. You know, if you say something positive at the start of a message to a mod author, it's going to put them in a much better frame of mind to accepting your suggestion. You know, and if you make a positive suggestion about something, that's cool. But if you just start off straight away in your message, if you just say, I think you should have done this, then that's not going to, your mod author probably isn't going to listen to you. The worst thing, one of the most annoying things you can do while I'm on the subject, if you're commenting with a suggestion from a mod author or criticism from a mod author or whatever, is tell them, oh, I nearly downloaded, but I didn't because of this. Or if you tell them, I won't download until you do X, Y, Z. Or wait, tracking for now and will download once you add this feature. You know, holding your download hostage until they do something. The mod author, frankly, doesn't care about your download. And when you show up in their post saying, I won't download or I won't endorse until you do this, it's just annoying. You just come off as being demanding, and you come off as though there's some kind of inflated sense of importance of your download, and you're one among thousands. It doesn't really matter. I'm not saying any of you have done that. Just I'm saying this is something that happens sometimes when people try and affect change in mods. You get a lot of comments like that. And it's weird. I don't really get the thought behind it. Oh, Tiny Lucien's on my mouse again. Oh, and I've accidentally created a new line of dialogue to get rid of him. It'll be fine. I'll just cancel it. Or has it frozen? No, there we go. Cancel, 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 cancel. Yeah, it's true. Lots of perfectly lovely people are then too nervous to say things. You should never be nervous to say something to me. You know, I try to be quite approachable. I'm open to all your thoughts and comments and feedback and stuff. Just be nice is all I ask. I think that's all any mod author wants, is for people to be nice in their comments. But I think the thing that's unique about mods compared to things like, there's a lot of art criticism and film criticism. These are all major things that have a role. But the thing about mods in particular is that they're free. And some people make money off donations and things, or like me, you try and monetize your business, you try and build a business off the back of it. So I've got my Twitch stream and my YouTube and my Patreon and all of that, and my books, and I'm trying to do stuff, make something out of that. But ultimately, the product that's being put online, the mod, is available for free. And I think when something's being offered for free, when people turn around and say, no, I don't want your free gift. If I'm like, here, have this present. I don't want your present. It's rubbish. I think it sits in a slightly different zone to when you charge someone for a product. Because if you say this is $5.99 and they buy it and they don't like it, they say this was rubbish, this wasn't worth my money, then fine, criticize it, you know. But when the cost was zero, then the value for money is infinite. Unless there's literally nothing there at all, unless the mod just flat out doesn't work and you've got zero, in that case your ratio of value for money is 1. You got exactly what you paid for. You paid nothing and you got nothing. Anything more than that, you've got something for free, so it's only a positive contribution. So I think criticism of mods is something. It's something to be slightly careful with. I know that's a controversial opinion, and I know there are people who do mod reviews where they pick out all the things they don't like about a mod. But I'm just not sure how necessary that is when it's a free mod. You know, by all means, tell people about the mods that you like, recommend them. Compare them. Say, if you're looking for something like this, then do this. If you're looking for something like this, then do that. But saying that, I think the idea of a bad mod is strange. I don't think you can really have a bad mod. Unless it actually actively breaks your game and has negative value. I think it's very hard to have a bad mod. Just some thoughts, really. I'm probably giving too many thoughts, probably waxing too lyrical here. Let me know if I'm going off on one too much. It's not a rant, it's just something I think about a lot sometimes. But yeah, you can clip stuff wherever you like. You can post it on Instagram if you want, Bobzilla, sure. Clip whatever. It's good when you guys share clips of me because it means advertising, more viewers and things. That's cool. I like that. That said, I'm sure there'll be lots of people who disagree quite strongly with what I just said. So, yeah, probably not one that we want to go viral. Because I'll get a lot of people telling me they think I'm wrong. It's just what I think. Oh, this is Freya. Did I not export Freya? Did I forget? Yeah, there's no Freya. Okay, we need to go back and find Freya. Hey, I always love free clout, Bobzilla. That's my biggest weakness at the moment, I think, is because I think I've got a lot of content on my YouTube channel, and Lucien has a lot of downloads. But the ratio of people who use Lucien on the Nexus versus people who check out the YouTube channel is very, very small. Or rather, the ratio of that to that is very big, as in a very, very small percentage of people who like Lucien on the Nexus actually check out my streams or my channel or anything, because there's no advertising. I need to be better at that. I need to be better at my self-marketing. That's a weakness of mine. So anything you guys do to tell your friends about it really helps me out. Here's Freya. This is the one we should have exported and didn't. Freya. Done. Yes, no, that's what I'm saying, right? Is Lucien, I'm very lucky. I count myself immensely lucky because Lucien is very popular on the Nexus. I'm really pleased with how that's worked out, and it's an amazing thing that we've managed to get that. So I'm delighted about that. But what I'm saying is Lucien's audience on the Nexus is way bigger than the audience of these streams in my channel, which I think ultimately is because people don't know about it. I think I need to be better at telling people about it, because I think there's a lot of people who, if they knew if they knew Lucien the Dragonborn existed, I think there would be a bigger audience for it than there is, purely because there are so many people who like Lucien. So I need to get the word out there more. Or maybe they do see my content and just think it's rubbish. But in terms of the people who were physically clicking on it, I can see the stats, and the stats don't line up. They don't match up with the number of people using Lucien. So maybe I need to put more links in more places. Vickle, you haven't played with Lucien yet? Oh, I didn't realise that. Well, thank you so much for being here. How would you like me to advertise you to someone who doesn't know about stuff you do? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the right way is to tell people about me necessarily. Share stuff. Share my videos if you want. If you want to help out, share my I don't know. It's quite hard to advertise me to people who don't know Skyrim, I guess. If they don't know Lucien already, then it's harder to explain the relevance of why they should watch me versus anyone else. And to be honest, there isn't much reason why they should watch me versus anyone else. It's just why people have heard of me is because of Lucien. But I don't know. It's very nice of you to be enthusiastic about the idea of telling people. Just tell your friends that I exist. Hey, there's a cool streamer called Joseph Russell. You should check him out. He's got a cute cat, if nothing else. That's the one positive that we can focus on. We can all agree on the objective cuteness of Grey. Lucien, tell me a joke. That would be fun. But no, for Alexa. That would be very tricky. I wouldn't ever dream of making Lucien break the fourth wall to advertise my streams. That would very much go against the ethos of the mod. Polish is what we want. It's all got to be polished. It's all got to fit. Did I wake up your Alexa? Hey Alexa, set an alarm for 3 a.m. Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, I didn't do Hannah. I messed that one up. Gotta go back to do Hannah. That's the best thing I've ever thought of. Hannah, there we go. I've got to have fun somehow. Joke's on you, it's 4 a.m. Well, it'll set the alarm for tomorrow then, Lit the Bandit. There'll be a long-term prank. Awesome. I've never played a Switch. Should I get a Switch? They're expensive, though. You can't really stream them, can you? Can you stream from a Switch? Oh, there's probably a way. Do 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 do. Da 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 dum. Well, I'm glad you did decide to get to know me better, Yellow Ego Cat. It's lovely having you here. And May, Dragon Fable is all you need to run. If you can run Dragon Fable, you are laughing. Do 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 do. My name is Marius Pomme de Terre, and I'm Courgette. Ah, Courgette. That's the phone. Is anyone gonna get it, or am I gonna have to? Nope, we're good. Is there even any other mod creator who streams on Twitch? Yes, there are several. Particularly from the Skyblivion team. Rebel's Eyes streams on Twitch. And to be honest, he raided me the other day, which was amazing because he brought me like 100 viewers, which was lovely of him. He's a nice guy. So you could check out his stream if you wanted. I don't think he's streaming now. Oh, follower mod. No, I can't think of any other follower mods that do Twitch streams. The guy's working on the Shirley Curry follower mod stream sometimes. Daniel Fesperalius has a Twitch stream. I probably pronounced his name wrong there. But I've never caught it. I've never caught him live. But he does have a Twitch account. Oh yes, Potastic Panda! How could I forget? Yes, Potastic Panda is a massive Twitch streamer. And she, of course, voices recorder. So, that's the one to go for. I guess the assumption I'm building this channel off is I'm making the assumption that you'll like hearing my voice, if you know it from Lucien. I'm making the slightly tenuous assumption that you'll want to hear more of that voice. I don't know, maybe I need a better unique selling point than just being the same voice. But yeah. That's my advantage I have over other people trying to make it on Twitch, is that I have that natural boost from people knowing me already. But it's still very grindy. The growth is very slow. But I'll get there. I'll keep pushing. I'll keep growing. One day I'll make Twitch partner. One day. Push through. Never give up. Never give in. Oh, thanks, Zoe. Thank you, Nuna. Thanks, guys. You're being very nice. Do 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 do. How can anything go wrong? Doesn't Jari have an apostrophe in it? Yes, it does. And I didn't do one. Let's put that in there. Jari. Welcome, Ringer53. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Please call me Joseph. I can't think of anyone who has ever called me Russell. Jessica. Oh, we've only got 10 minutes left. We're definitely not going to get to the end of the list now. But we will finish. We will get there. Which means next stream we'll definitely have a chance to write some more dialogue. A flying spaghetti monster behind me, Zoe! What CC is next? I don't know, I'll let you guys vote for it, probably. We'll do a poll on Patreon to decide which CC file we'll do next. I'll give you some options. We can pick. Joseph it is. I wonder who requested this name. I wonder who I had in mind when I wrote dialogue for Joseph. Okay, have a good meeting, Vickle. Thank you so much for all your generous donations. That's really kind of you. Hope the meeting goes well and you have a great rest of your day. See you next week! Right, Joseph it is. There we go. Done. Isn't it a wild name? Sorry, Anxious. The intention isn't to encourage you to buy Creation Club stuff so much as to give you better value for money if you do. You know, because a lot of it... I think one of the biggest weaknesses of the Creation Club is that none of it has voice acting. And that's because if they were to do that, they would have to localize it to all the different countries that the Creation Club is available in, which would require hiring about 15 different voice actors for each NPC, which obviously they would never make that money back from the Creation Club. So it makes sense. But... Oh, something glinged. Thanks for the sub, Amatahawk! Very kind, and thank you so much for the Patreon subscription as well. I need to reply to your message. I'm sorry I haven't done so yet, but I will get around to it later this evening. And it was really kind of you to sub and to pledge, so thank you. Massively appreciate it. Any idea when your next follower tutorial thingy will be? Yes, I want to film it this weekend. So I will probably try and film it on Saturday. But I don't know whether I'll finish it in time. I might have to carry on Sunday morning, but then we've got people coming around in the afternoon on Sunday, so I don't know. But I'm really hoping to get it out next week. So sort of maybe Monday or Tuesday. But I'll let you know. But that's where I'm aiming for at the moment. And that one will be all about how to record and implement dialogue, which, to be honest, you've seen a lot of today already. You've seen a lot of me doing that. But it'll be guiding you through how to record, how to get your follower actually talking, because at the moment he's using silent subtitled dialogue. But yeah, that's the plan. Oops. Kayla. Here's Kayla. I'm looking forward to it too. It's something I'm really trying to push at the moment, is the tutorials, because they are doing quite well for getting new people to the channel, because tutorial content is always great on YouTube. That works well. So I'm trying to build up the amount of tutorial content there is there for a bit before I launch into Lucien the Dragonborn Season 2, because then hopefully we'll have a bigger audience then watching Lucien the Dragonborn Season 2, which will then make that more fun for the people watching. You know, if you have a bigger audience of people watching live, that's always a better experience, isn't it? So I'm trying to optimize the way around I do it. Thanks, Cillian, all 9 divines. Hey, the Ripchin. I'm afraid I'm just nearly up to the end now. I've only got 5 minutes left of the stream, so you've mostly missed me. But thanks so much for dropping by. Kisara, Komora. I'm doing everything all wrong. Kylie. You explain everything very comfortably there. Oh, I'm good. Glad to hear it, Yellow Ego Cat. I try to make them enjoyable as well as informative. Through the cunning use of jokes. I was quite proud of the jacuzzi bubbly thing. How do you draw hands? Well, if you just, like, look at this and put that, like, on paper with a pencil, you should be good. Art lessons with Joseph. Just draw what you can see. I mean, you've literally got a visual aid. A guide showing you exactly what you need to put on paper. Just draw it. How hard can it be? Alternatively, you could start by drawing the Mona Lisa and then gradually erase away the hair and then the facial features and the details and then redraw it smoother and smoother and then keep drawing, revising and erasing and erasing and erasing until you end up with a perfect circle. And then from there, you could like build up a face and then maybe some hands or something, I don't know. Thanks, Nuna. Glad you enjoyed. As you can tell, I'm obviously an expert arterizer. I do all of the art. Many pictures I could draw if I knew how to draw. Ah, we missed out Liana. I keep missing them out. It's no good. How to draw an owl. I like that, Cillian. Draw 2 circles, then draw the rest of the frigging owl. That's great. I don't know why I find that so funny. That's really funny. That tickles me. Liana. Right, let's find Liana and then we'll call it a day. Which server are we on ESO? EU. We're on the EU server for ESO because that's where I am, is the EU. Well, it's not the EU anymore, but you know, it's Europe. There's Liana. That's what we should have exported and didn't. There we go. File, export, audio mix down, Liana. If you want to be in the same faction, I'm in the Daggerfall Covenant. Which helps if you want to play, if you want to come along and do quests with me, if you want to do the storyline quests with me, you'll need to be in the same faction. Liana. Oh, why did I re-export? It's there. I completely confused myself there. I'm a fool. All I did was I skipped it. Did it in the wrong order. What am I doing? You can tell I must be tired. Tell I've been doing this for 3 hours. Silly Joseph. Right, there we go. And we, my friends, are going to park it there. So there we go. That's the end of the stream. Gosh, dark behind me. Need better lighting. Really need to invest in some better lights. But yes, that's the end. We will finish it off next time. And we'll do some cool recording. So we'll be back for the next modding workshop. Same time next Thursday. It'll be 5 p.m. UK time next Thursday. However, before then, I will be streaming on Saturday at 10 p.m. UK time, I believe. Where we'll be playing more of Marvel's Avengers. If you haven't seen it, if you didn't catch the first stream, I'm about to stick it on YouTube. I'm about to upload the VOD, like, literally as soon as the stream ends. In fact, I could release it now. Let me release it now. Let's do a live release of the VOD. Why not? Because do catch up on that, because I'm loving the game so far. And I can thoroughly recommend it. And if you want to check it out, then do, because it's cool. But yeah, if you want to come and watch, make sure you've caught up on the story first. Otherwise, you're not going to know what's going on. But like I say, it's a really cool game. And I'm looking forward to playing more of it. So I'm going to paste that link in the chat for you. There you go. That's the VOD that I've just released of the Marvel Avengers thingamawhatsit. So enjoy that. And yeah, I'll see you on Saturday for the next game stream thing, and otherwise I'll see you all next Thursday for the modding workshop. Thank you all so much for watching, and I just want to check Twitch to see who else is online, because we could do our first raid depending on whether there's anyone there. No, there's no one online, so never mind. But that's fine. So yeah, we're going to end it there. Did I get the character idea appearance from myself? No, I didn't try to make him look like me. But I'd love to make a replacer that makes him look like me sometime. I think that'd be quite good fun. You know, the way Esbern looks like Max von Sydow and all of that. And Serana looks like Laura Bailey, etc. I'd love to do something like that. But I don't possess the talent. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you all again really soon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of the day wherever you are. And remember that 6 birds in 2 hands is worth 3 birds in a bush. There, we got it. We nailed it this time. Bye-bye. See you all again soon. Good night.